Today on the American Truck Podcast, Fallout 4 DLC information was released, the ship has been delayed, Dominion is going away, and American Truck Simulator gets another truck. Hello and welcome to the American Truck Podcast with I, Andrew C.
And Jefferson B.
Dr. I, Andrew C, PhD.
And freelance gamer.
That's a new one.
That's a
new
good one.
I feel like for the American Truck
I was
Podcast,
actually so that was when he messaged me before going, should I just do I Andrew C or should I do Doctor? And I'm like, do Doctor, because I knew that would go over well and still be good.
I'm almost wondering if for the duration of this podcast.
What are you doing?
Oh, apologies.
I ran into a barrier.
Way to go.
A little.
But anyway, I feel like for the duration of this podcast, I feel like I should talk in some sort of radio shock jock voice because America.
I do not have a Hawaiian shirt. That's a mandatory thing.
What?
That's having a Hawaiian shirt is mandatory for radio shock jocks.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I too do not own a Hawaiian shirt.
I have a Hawaiian.
Mike,
That
you need
is
to be
true.
our Mike. You need to be our radio shock jock for the day.
Because you have
You actually
the
own a Hawaiian shirt.
shirts.
A Hawaiian shirt?
He's got a closet of them.
Like, have you watched my
There's a
Star
reason
Trek
I still
episode?
believe that he's right.
Apparently, I've not been paying attention to your clothing.
Actually,
he's
one of
got
the things I'm looking forward to is when Mike and Andy end up out here, I know a really nice tiki bar. And the guy's just going to be like, nice shirt. No matter
Mike,
what
you
Mike
gonna bring a
says.
couple so we can all wear Hawaiian shirts?
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Oh my goodness, you guys are such
Like,
I feel like
Americans.
the reaction to that would be hilarious.
But this is not a
Because
men's fashion podcast.
That's why it went so slow.
This is
Okay,
not
fair
a men's
enough.
fashion
Though.
podcast. This
Careful on the
is
turn.
a gaming podcast. So
Is there Hawaiian shirts in Fallout, Mike?
No, but
Is there a mod for that?
I'm looking for a mod. Don't
All right.
worry, I've been on top of that.
As soon as you find that mod, that thing's getting installed. But
Oh, yeah.
Hey, talking about mods.
yeah, and Fallout 4.
Fallout 4.
There's this new DLC coming, right, Dr. Ubershadow?
Yep. As soon as stop it. So I have it up on my screen, and the thing keeps on dropping down, and zooming away. I'm trying to be professional and everything because I'm actually talking.
Oh, dear.
Okay. Bethesda announced 3 DLCs so far. First of which comes out next month. They didn't say when next month. They said March. But the first one is Automatron.
Automatron?
Automatron?
Close
Ah,
enough.
that's it. Automatron. That's close. Apparently, it's the Mechanist released a whole bunch of evil robots into the Commonwealth. You had to go and hunt down the robots. You can build your own robot, and when you kill the robots, you get parts for your robot. And depending if they have a sexy Russian voice, I might be replacing Pepper.
Yes, of course.
And if the robot can have a blue paint job, then that's even better.
So
Well-
your ultimate robot would be a blue paint job, sexy Russian voiced robot.
I think that's his ultimate girlfriend.
Not gonna lie, that's probably correct.
All right.
Oh, I don't have lights on. I forgot we have lights.
Liggett.
Blue Dabba Dee Dabba Die.
Going down the line again. In April, they're coming out with a Wasteland Workshop, which is just basically more shit you can build in your settlements, including like
need
traps. Including traps.
More,
That you can,
more settlement time sucks.
I mean, yeah, the settlement stuff is actually like my favorite part about that game. So I'm okay with this.
so that's probably gonna be one video touch on for us. And then in May, they're coming out with the big DLC like Point Lookout and Old World Blues. This one's called Bar Harbor, where you find a lost settlement of Siths.
Okay, yeah.
If I remember correctly, there was some mention about southeastern Maine. In America, there's a place called Bar Harbor, Maine, which is a little.
Oh, so you might end up in Maine. So that makes sense.
So
That would be why it looks like Point Lookout too, because Point Lookout was basically an island.
That would also explain why it's a lost colony because nobody goes up to Maine.
unless they want to be cold.
This is
Yep,
true.
yep.
How
Or
cold
flop.
is it up in Maine today, Andy?
I don't live in Maine, so I have no clue.
It's Maine weather cold.
There you
That's
go.
how cold it is.
Yeah,
It's
that's
mainly cold.
It was 50 degrees.
And then that's all I'm saying, and you can take over the rest about fucking price and shit.
Details.
the specific details.
There you go.
Yes.
The technical details.
This is not going to be the only DLCs that they're going to come out with. They said that because of how popular Fallout 4 ended up being, which I don't know why they didn't think it was going to be this popular. Hashtag not planning by Bethesda. They've actually decided they're going to do a lot more DLC than they originally planned over the rest of this year.
I think that's why we are seeing this, like, 2 small and 1 big versus their normal, here's 4 new maps, go play around in it.
Right, so...
I think they're pulling more of a, like, Elder Scrolls Skyrim, where it's, like, some updates to what you already have in the world, and then a new experience.
Right, and so they're planning on bringing a lot more DLC over time, and as a result of that, they're going to actually raise the price of the Season Pass. If you already have the Season Pass, you don't have to worry about anything. You're still going to get all the DLC that comes out from now till whenever they say you're not getting DLC anymore for the same price you already paid. But if you haven't purchased it yet, you have until March 1st to get it at the current price of $30. After that, it's going to go up to somewhere around $50 or so dollars.
So this is to
sure-
say, we can expect a lot of content if we're looking at $20 extra in a price jump mid-stride.
Correct. But I will say it is good that to see that they're doing you bought it already, you get to keep it at that price, not, hey, we're going to refund all of the season passes.
Or they're not even doing it in 2 parts, which other games have done, where it's Season
Right.
1 and Season 2, which was bullshit.
Right, so it is good to see that they're just going, okay, you know what? You can get it for this price, then after a certain date, it's just going to go up in price.
So, will we say that Bethesda's taking a loss at this, or most likely
I guarantee
something
they're not.
of a loss?
Nah.
There's a
They're
potential
making-
profit loss.
Potential profit, yes.
Yeah.
But they're not Satan. So, no, they're not going to be EA of their side.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. This is why we appreciate Bethesda in a lot of ways.
So there are also some hints that there might be some free updates that come with it as well as part of the process. So no real actual data on that yet, but there's some rumblings about that.
Rumblings.
And they're also said that the modding tools, for the official modding tools for the game, are going to be going into testing shortly for the creator kit. So that's some good stuff coming to Fallout 4. And I just turned my lights off. Good plan.
Good plan.
And
Pro
as Dr.
Trucker.
Rich said,
Pro
we
Trucker.
will be covering them as they come out. So the mini-series will be on the channel pretty much when they come out, but the Far Harbor might be a little later. Depends on where we're at in the main story. So, and there's still a decent chunk of main story left to get through. So, in some partial meta news, meta to the game that we're playing, not meta to the channel, the American Truck Simulator added a new truck recently. So there's now a second Kenworth that you can choose, which brings this game up to 3 total trucks. Which I'm still looking forward for more trucks.
Just curious, what's everybody driving right now? Right now I'm in the Peterbilt.
I'm in a Peterbilt.
I'm in a vehicle.
I think you're in a Kenworth.
It should say, on your steering wheel.
KW, there you go.
Kenworth.
Yep, you're in the Kenworth.
Ken-
you're in the
doesn't-
original.
wait. Now,
Kenworth.
I
doesn't
thought I
Kenworth
just knew my name.
There you go. Doesn't
It-
Kenworth make,
it-
appliances?
No.
No, I'm thinking of Kenmore. That's Sears house brand.
Yes, that they do make appliances. Kenworth, not so much.
Not
They
so
make
much.
trucks. Trucks and trucking accessories.
Trucking accessories. What does that mean?
Little fuzzy dice, hula girls, mirrors,
Dude, I hope we can get fuzzy
bigger,
dice.
brighter, more annoying lights.
Well, I mean,
I would love to get a fuzzy dice DLC. I would pay for that.
The European Truck Simulator has them with their cabin accessories DLC. I can't imagine that won't come to American Truck Simulator at
Yep.
some point.
Shut up and take my money. That's all I'm saying to that. Can we just drop the meme right there?
God, there's a there's a person who's abiding the rules in front of me.
Oh dear.
I gotta pass him
Hey, that means
somehow.
I can catch up to you. It means I'll be able to
Nope.
catch
That's
up.
not
Fuck that.
Because I am
That's not
super
good.
behind.
Speaking of things that are not a good sign, the ship remastered was delayed. It hasn't even gone into early access yet, and it's been delayed here. They apparently were going to put it into early access with a LAN only mode, which meant that you'd only be able to play with people on your local network, which sounds awful. And apparently the community also agreed that would be awful. And so the people who are developing the game said, yeah, you know what, we agree, that probably might be awful, so we're going to go ahead and delay it by about a week, in theory, until they can get some more things worked out, hopefully with the online play, and then it'll come out. In a sadder note, for you fellow League of Legends players out there, if you've ever enjoyed a good game of Dominion, or a bad game of Dominion for what it's worth, you're gonna have to say goodbye to that game mode on the 22nd of February. It's rolling out to pasture. They're taking the game mode away.
That's really unfortunate, actually, in a lot of ways.
Indeed, they said that apparently only about 0.5% of players actually played that game mode.
So the other
So
95.5% was just split between
all the
Regular.
other between regular and ARAMs
and
probably.
ARAMs. Wow.
They
I'm actually
said-
curious, and then Twisted Tree Line, but I'm curious, do
Oh,
they
yeah.
mean 0.05 have ever played it? Or play it consistently?
That's a good point.
I don't know. I don't think it specifically said one way or the other on that.
Because what's scary is I would believe either. I would believe if you said, hey, only 0.05 of the population has ever played this game mode, I'd go, eh.
So they said the reason that they're going to get rid of it is they believe that things like these types of game modes are too niche, and if they're around for too long, they just kind of become stale.
Right.
And similar to all of the other game modes like Nerf, they say, people that they've seen anecdotally that gameplay of Nerf goes down over the lifetime that it's out. So day one, there's a ton of people playing it, but by day 14, when it goes off, playership is dropped because people don't care anymore.
Right. It's a niche
So
thing.
that's the thought behind why they're getting rid of it. They said that they're not, because so few people play the game mode, they don't put any time into developing the game mode like they are Summoner's Rift, and even ARAM's getting regular updates.
Even Twisted Tree Line gets its updates.
Yeah, exactly. So, but let's see. Moving on from the League of Legends, City Skylines we've been talking about a couple times here with the latest update or DLC that's going to be coming to it. We've talked a lot about the actual DLC and what's coming to that, but we didn't really know exactly what the free update was going to be quite yet. And they've confirmed that it's going to bring rain and fog cosmetics, which means that you'll be able to experience rain and fog in the game, but that's it. So there won't actually be snow for the non-DLC holder. That I guess that makes it so that they don't have the awkwardness of it's snowing, but everyone's driving normally, and no one's crashing.
Immersion breaking to an extent.
Yeah. So that makes sense to me. They're also going to bring a new theme editor for map modding, which is kind of quirky in how it currently works. So.
Well, that'll be nice then.
And then they're bringing hats to the in-game social media avatars.
Because everything needs hats. If Team
Everything
Fortress
needs
2 has
hats.
taught us
Everything
anything.
we all know that.
All hail Gaben, make your money through hats and make good games.
Exactly.
Hey, it works. Can't really fault him for that.
Let's see. So it'd be interesting to see how that goes. Remember the DLC, the Snowfall DLC is $13 in the US. Anyway, further news here, there's a survey that Blizzard sent out to various people regarding the Warcraft movie that's going to be coming out soon. They're saying that they're asking, hey, would you want these kind of perks if you went to see the movie, such as full WoW all the way through Warlords, as well as a month of game time, as well as an exclusive item for seeing the movie?
Yeah, I would so do
Would that
that.
incentivize
That's insane.
That
Yeah.
is- I would so do that in a heartbeat.
I mean, a month of WoW is a $15 value.
Right.
And you're getting it for probably what, 12?
Not even.
Not
I can get a $9 ticket.
Dude,
Oh, there
I live in San Francisco. I get a $9 ticket.
What is it? My sister's boyfriend, his family does Groupon, and he took all 4 of us. That was my mom, myself, my sister, and him. We went and saw the latest Star Wars film for nothing because of Groupons.
Wow.
Yeah, it was insane. That was 4 free movie tickets, which in this case would be 4 free months of WoW, if you want to do, apples for apples.
To an extent, yeah.
Yeah, to an extent. I'm saying it's possible. You can get a less than $9 movie ticket if you try hard enough.
Right. So I mean,
I'm not even a
there's
WoW player,
no
and I would be
it'll
so
happen.
on this.
It may happen, may not happen.
Right.
Again, just a survey that they had sent, so there's a possibility it'll happen.
Let
But
the rumor mill a crank.
it'll be interesting if it does.
I would
Because
be super stoked if it did.
the
because-
thing is, what do you got to lose?
Right. And if anything, it's enough to
An hour?
it's enough to kick in.
Hour and a half?
Yeah, it's enough to kick into gear the player base of World of Warcraft, which, as we know, has kind of been steadily on the decline over the past couple of years.
That's fair too. And then on top of that, like Warlords is actually an alternate history of what's going to happen in this movie.
Okay.
To an extent, like it's actually like is it alternate? It should be alternate technically, yeah. Or if it's not alternate, it's like it's an alternate timeline, but it's either just when it's happening or just before.
Okay. So, but
you'd have a frame of reference just from seeing the movie, going, oh, I know who you are, even if you didn't play Warcraft 1 or WoW for that matter.
Right. I think especially for new players or people like myself who are in gaming nerd culture, but just have never had a reason to kick into gear, to pull the plug and play World of Warcraft. So, I'm totally cool with cranking this rumor mill until the cows come home. I think this would be a great move for Blizzard to, basically just give away the ability. If how many people would you need to make it viable? I don't know. That's a lot of math, but I think it would just be a really smart move, to really bring back a lot of young and old players.
Right.
Yeah, it'd definitely be interesting to see. I mean, I hope they do it.
Yeah.
I don't know I don't know that I would see the movie.
You buy a ticket.
I'd buy a ticket.
Like that's one of those spots where I'm like, because I'm not a big movie person, so I don't know.
I would buy the
I don't
ticket.
know
I
what
probably
I
would
would
sit
do.
through it. Like Kyle said, it's an hour and a half, 2 hours of my time. Whoopity-doo. But I would totally be on board with this. I think this would be an awesome thing, and I'm mostly also because this gets me card backs in Hearthstone. Just saying.
It does. You also get a special mount in WoW for playing Hearthstone.
I appreciate when games like this have synergy. That's enough reason for me right there. That's all the reason I need. I'm a man of simple pleasures. What can I say?
I gotta repair my truck. I broke it.
I had to as well. Last thing on our news tonight is Redneck Invasion, that wonderful board game that we've been so trying to help out. They did not make their Kickstarter goal. We weep right alongside the creator of Redneck Invasion, wishing him all the best. But the creator did acknowledge that their 20K goal was a bit ambiguous. Ambitious. Sorry, I'm trying to drive and read show notes at the same time. Don't text and drive, kids. There was an initial plan to make 500 copies. U.S. manufacturing laws and everything. It was too much. It was this ambitious goal. But the optimistic side, because I am the serial optimist in the group, is to relaunch in September, hopefully with a revamped Kickstarter guide, probably something with a little bit more style, something that's really going to grab viewers' attention and really draw them into a game that we feel is definitely worth the money. So, wish them all the best. Hope that everything goes well over for Redneck Invasion.
Indeed. Now, one brief question here to the group. Have you ever wanted to play an RPG about playing an RPG about playing an RPG?
Dude, that's so meta. I would almost want to try that.
For example, perhaps be the shopkeeper in an RPG where people come to you to buy things and you have to manage the inventory of the shop.
So it's like a tycoon game, but for being a shopkeeper.
In an
with
RPG.
classic RPG
But you're
RPG themes.
RPGing an RPG.
Dude, that's a little bit meta, but it's almost up my alley. What do you got? Lay it on me.
Well, you can pick up the game Shopkeep on Steam Early Access for just a mere $6.99.
Oh, praise all deities! It's not called
And
Shopkeeper Simulator.
You can fulfill that need to play an RPG about being an RPG playing RPG.
Praise be Lord Gaben, it's not called Shopkeep Simulator 2016.
That would have been amazing.
What are you talking about? That would have been a terrible decision.
That would have been hysterically
I
worth
would,
it.
I would not have
I
purchased
agree
that
with
game
Jeff
on
because-
principle alone.
Those games that always have that stigma that they're made by the same developer who sucks at everything.
Yep. On
Farming
principle
Simulator
alone.
2016 is the same as 2014 and 2015 and 2012 and 32 and whatever other one they come out with, and the same as Car Driving Simulator 20,002. They're all the same.
Oh, let us not
game
forget Shower
mechanics.
with Your Dad Simulator.
That's a different company, I believe.
Oh, well, what about
Believe it or
Train
not.
Simulator?
Different company.
Different company, same concept.
Same concept.
Same concept, though. And with that, it is time to end. Thank you very much for watching this episode of the American Truck Podcast. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you hit that like button and that subscribe button. Maybe even comment down below. And you can also upvote us on the Reddit. And I will see you in the next one.